This story is called The Cell Phone, written by Unknown and narrated by Luke Gomes and Justin Doan. Woman played by Sabrina, boy played by Justin Doan, police officer voiced by Kyle Gomes, and 911 operator played by Luke Gomes.
A couple of months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, bought a new cell phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her cell phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came to her. "Mommy, can I play with your cell phone?" She told him,
"Do not call anyone or mess with my text messages."
and he agreed. At around 11:20 p.m., she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son in and go to bed. She walked to his room and saw that he was not there. She then ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the cell phone in his hand. She picked the phone back up from his hand. Curious, she began to look through her phone and noticed only minor changes, such as a new background of her son, a banner, etc. She then opened her photos to see a bunch of new pictures that her son had taken. She began deleting them until only one new picture remained. The picture was of a blurry white figure wearing a suit who was out in the middle of the woods. Unable to tell who or what that thing was, she glanced down back at her son. He's gone. Frantically, she searched all around her room, unable to locate her child.
She rushed down the stairs of her house and bolted out the door with her phone in hand. She tries to see if her neighbors are home. No answer. She then calls 911. Someone picks up. 911, what's your emergency? She responds and says,
"Hello? My son has gone missing."
"We'll send someone over right away."
A police officer arrives around 15 minutes later.
"Hello, ma'am. I heard your son has gone missing."
She nods, and they both go upstairs, but only to see her son there. The officer says,
"Do you have two sons, or are you playing us?"
He proceeds to leave. She then turns back around to see her son missing once again. She then bolted down the stairs and onto the street to try and get the police officer's attention. It was too late.
He had left. She turns back around to face her house, only to find herself in the middle of the woods. She fell in disbelief.
This was not here before.
She muttered. She soon heard static, like a TV getting louder and closer to her. Something was coming. Out of fear, she began running in a random direction, trying to escape this sound. Sprinting, tripping over roots and rocks, she finds herself face to face with a big oak tree with something pinned on the side of the bark. It was that picture again. As she prolongedly stares at the photograph, her vision begins to become blurry, as well as a quick blink of something blurry. In shock, she drops her phone, and the static begins to grow in volume once more. She begins to hyperventilate and passes out. Hours later, she wakes up in her bed with her phone lying next to her. As it begins to ring, she picks it up and hovers her finger over the cancel button. A few seconds later, she answers it, only then to hear static, as well as a faint voice.
"Mommy, help me!"
She takes the phone away from her ear and looks at the screen. Her son, who was the wallpaper of her phone, is now an image of the white figure. Surprised, she dropped the phone, but before it could even touch the ground, she vanishes from thin air.